Recovering Queen, the Queen fan podcast where we talk about and play the songs we love. With Jay, Matt, and Ian.
Welcome to Recovering Queen, the podcast where we take a well-known and not so well-known Queen song, do a cover version of it, and then talk about what we found out about the methods and the madness of the greatest band that has ever been, Queen. My name's Ian, and with me as ever are Jay and Matt.
Good evening,
Hello.
Ian.
And what song are we doing this evening?
I'm going slightly mad.
No, but what song are we doing?
I'm going slightly mad from Queen's album Innuendo.
I almost want to call it Queen's final album, but it's not quite, is
It
it?
sort of is.
In my mind, Innuendo is the final album.
It is to me. Well, it's Freddie, isn't it? I suppose Freddie's final. I mean, I suppose he did the vocals, or he did other bits, didn't he, for the Made in Heaven? But
Yeah, this is Freddie's final album while he was alive, isn't it? Really?
yeah, he wouldn't. I don't know how much say he would have had on Made in Heaven.
Do you know where the album title Innuendo comes from? Freddie came up with it, but why?
Oh, no, that's a good bit of Queen knowledge. No, I don't know that one.
Is it from Carry On Freddie?
No, it's not from Carry On Freddie. It's because what famous board game did he like to play on tour?
Cluedo?
No,
Monopoly?
really famous.
Scrabble?
That's
Chess?
the one. Scrabble.
Oh, Scrabble, of course.
Scrabble.
Yeah, Scrabble. So so Innuendo is one that he used all the time, apparently. He liked putting innuendo down as a Scrabble word.
Ah, I can imagine Freddie doing that. I'm loving it.
Apparently, he loved a good Scrabble game.
So I'm going slightly mad. Could have only been written by Freddie out of the group. It's of Freddie's fantastic whimsy songs. Sits in exactly the same Venn diagram as Seaside Rendezvous, Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon. I would place it firmly in that camp.
Yeah, it's funny because the School of Whimsy never used to be released as a single, did it? You know, it's not like...
No.
I suppose the closest is Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy.
Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy, yeah, I was about to say that.
But that's such a great tune. It's just, that's outrageously good song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on the edge of the whimsy as well,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's not-
That's almost crossing over into the out-and-out pop song.
Yeah, I mean, it's Noel Coward, isn't it? I mean, Noel Coward is the person that
Yes.
sort of is most famous for this kind of whimsical song, particularly this one. Lyrically, is very Noel Coward, isn't it? He's trying to come up with witty one-liners. Now, here's a question for you: who do you think wrote the lyrics to "I'm Going Slightly Mad"?
Well, the way you've asked it there makes me think that it's not Freddie.
Well, it's Peter Straker and Freddie, isn't it?
That's right. Well, is it? Is it? Yeah, because I've read other ones where all Queen members were involved in trying to come up with witty one-liners. But yeah, the Jim Hutton biography said that he went to bed with the laughter of Peter Straker and Freddie coming up with the lines for "I'm Going Slightly Mad" at Garden House or Garden Lodge.
I mean, and the lyrics are great. They're one of those, dare we say, rare Queen songs where the lyrics are of critical importance to the song.
Yeah, I mean, it would be absolutely... Well, I mean, it is only really the lyrics that are in the song, isn't it? That there isn't really a song other than the lyrics, because there's not really any kind of harmonic structure to the song. In fact, actually, Jay, that's a really good point. When you put together this version of it, did you find that?
So first of all, I did a 4/4 version, and I did find it a little bit ploddy. I mean, that's my version of it. I kind of felt that there was a lot more in the song than the production allowed it to be, if that makes sense. And I was sort of thinking about some of the early songs, like Millionaire's Waltz, and I was thinking it would be lovely to hear it done, or, something a bit more interesting on the rhythm, just to complement the lyrics, I suppose. But I mean, my take on it was started it. I find it quite a painful song, if I'm honest. It actually does upset me because it is Freddie in his final, it's his final video, I think, is it? His final video?
No, it's his second from last.
It's one of the final second, isn't it?
Second from last.
Yes, but you can certainly see he's in very poor health at that time. I mean, the song itself is about his failing mental health. And, it is wonderful that as Freddie, you would expect him to do. He puts his show on. He's not going to allow the fact that he's dying of AIDS to not put on a show, and so he is still whimsical. But for me, watching it, I find it so upsetting. I couldn't really cope with the whimsical version because it just upset me too much. So that's why the version I did was a little bit darker, because it sort of reflected how I felt on it. Well, I mean, obviously that's not how Queen wanted it to be done, so that was a slightly personal take on it. But does that answer?
Yeah, no, that's a really ace answer. I mean, the video actually, there's an interesting article about the video and the symbology. That's not right. Symbolism. The symbolism that's within the video is all about rebirth and mental illness. So you've got the screw, losing a screw, and all those kind of things, and the kettle boiling over on his head. But there's other references to rebirth and things like that. The fact that the jester's hat turns into colour, and there's a kind of phoenix tail near the end and things like that. So there's weird bits of symbolism. But I mean, again, it's like, who actually comes up with that? Is that the video directors, or is it Freddie?
And I think in many ways the original version as well, it's slightly drab. I think the production, the arrangement, it's very pedestrian. It plods along. Yet you've got this fantastic imagery in the lyrics and the video as well.
Well, again, it's not played, is it? And I think it's really dated as well. Like the Korg M1, which I think is the synth that they use, is it was the most ubiquitous synth ever.
It reminded me of some early Depeche Mode synths. I was thinking, wow, Depeche Mode were using synth sounds like that in, late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it sounded like a weird synth when they played it, but now it seems like a preset, doesn't it? And I guess that production doesn't necessarily age very well.
Yeah, and it also sort of just saps the song of energy, I find, when you just layer all these sort of synth, layers or chords or whatever you want to call them. It for me, it just saps it. I think it would be better without them. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear it with piano, Freddie on a piano and just the band doing drums and bass and Brian's guitar. That would be amazing to hear that.
Yeah, well, the bass is, as ever, that's quite an interesting line. And Brian's guitar solo is like nothing else he ever did.
Yeah, I think John and Brian have actually, I think that there is something touching in both of their performances in the fact that they're obviously trying really hard to make it good. So it's like, Brian has spent some time coming up with a startling solo. The second half of it with the sound is brilliant.
I mean, do you know what's annoying for me is I've done the solo, but the solo just doesn't fit with the style that I've done. So it's really annoying. I almost wanted to do it right at the end, just in a sort of echoey sort of Jack at the Overreach Hotel, sort of wafting on the breeze at the end. Really, just to show that I'd learnt the solo because it's so good.
John Deacon's bass playing is extraordinary.
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
How must have John and Roger and Brian felt doing that video? I mean, they must have known at that point that Freddie hadn't got long left to live. It must have been, but your Freddie wants to put on this show, and must have been really difficult, I would have thought.
I think he had about another year to go when that video was shot, I think.
Oh, okay.
Memory serves.
Okay.
Weirdly, when they were writing the song, so there's actually a studio date, and it's around about that time that Freddie does his last two public appearances while they're actually recording I'm Going Slightly Mad. They were on the BPI Awards, is what they did for one, at the Dominion Theatre, and that's Freddie's last public appearance on the telly. That's it. And that is at the 20th anniversary of Queen. So that is their 20th anniversary. Sunday the 18th of February 1990 is what they...
Yeah, I mean, I remember that clearly, him coming on stage and thinking... I don't even know if I knew that he was ill at that point. I was like, hang on, what's going on here?
Yeah,
that was shocking.
Yeah, that's sort of... They're still promoting the Miracle at that point, aren't they?
Yeah, it must be the tail end of that.
Yes, the tail end of the Miracle, but they're back in the studio. But John Deacon's written to the fan club to tell them that they're back in the studio, and he says we're writing this wacky single. And then Freddie sends a copy called "Totally Bonkers" to the fan club. Have you heard that?
Yeah, I heard that. It's again, I find it really upsetting. I don't know what you thought.
No, I did. I really get what you're saying about the fact that in retrospect, it is a little bit upsetting, isn't it? It is sad to see this really kind of muscular, powerful man reduced to being like almost a little bit simpering. Do you know what I mean? I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it feels to me that he's putting in that effort on that Totally Bonkers version. It's for the fans, isn't it? And he wants to do something for the fans, and it's almost like pretending, isn't it? It's pretending everything's okay and everything's fine. And there's such a nobility in that. And I think, was it all worth it? What's the one I always get confused with? I always mix them
Show
up.
must go on.
The show must go on. You know, that embodies Freddie to a T, doesn't it? That show it has to go on. And you can hear it in everything. But when you know, it's like, oh, I mean, yeah, I'm probably misinterpreting or interpreting it in hindsight, as you say, but I wonder what people thought at the time. Probably just thought it was funny.
Yeah, well, it fitted in, as we said before, it fitted in the Freddie Venn diagram. You know, it's a typical album track written by Freddie. Very wacky, very unusual, but we've always loved him for it.
Yeah, and where did it get to? Was that was a minor hit?
Yeah,
20.
Yeah, it was.
Must have been.
It was a little bit minor. I mean, first single, Innuendo, like we said last week, that went to number 1, but was immediately knocked off the number 1 spot by KLF.
I imagine Queen's singles, though, they went to number 1 in the first week and outsold everything else like about 4-1 because all the Queen fans would just buy everything up, and then a Queen fan wouldn't buy it in the second week, would they?
No.
Jay, can I ask, did you have to transpose it? Because the thing that struck me about the song, listening to it recently, was how low it sounded. Now, we've been caught out this in the past with Freddie sounding like he's singing low, but on this one, I genuinely think he is singing quite low.
I'm going to have a guess. It is the lowest Freddie vocal performance on any Queen studio album.
Yeah. Well, I didn't transpose it. It was it's low and it's low. I think it was in D. It's a while ago now. I've done it. I don't think I did though. Very unusual for a Freddie song, but as you say, it's really low.
I mean, there's no real vocal gymnastics on it, is there?
No. There's a little bit of in the chorus, and there's a little bit of a lift, but not like the Freddie goal scoring, punch the air, Freddie glory.
But I did like your interpretation of this one, Jay. I think the 3/4 really, I mean, I couldn't believe how well the lyrics scanned for a start, particularly the chorus. That worked exceptionally well. And also it afforded it a real tribute feel to the likes of, Cabaret and Liza Minnelli type stuff and the musical stuff, which I genuinely think Freddie would have loved.
Yeah, I think it's very theatrical. It's very Peter Straker, actually.
Also put me in mind with a few less bells and whistles, but it put me in mind of for the benefit of Mr. Kite, from Sgt. Pepper. It's that very much that kind of feel. It had a real sense, again, using the word too much, whimsy. It had a real sense of whimsy about it. And I really liked the guitar playing you put in. The acoustic guitar had a real
that's ace.
Comedic element to it, yet you sang it really straight.
Yeah, well, I didn't sing it straight to start with. I did sing a more whimsy version, and it was Matt, wasn't it, who said try singing it a bit straighter. No one is going to be able to pull off what Freddie's doing on that sort of thing, so maybe it was better to do it just much straighter, because he's got so much character and embodies every single line. It's like a story in every single phrasing that he uses. I don't think it'd be really hard to reproduce that.
Less was definitely more, because you could have gone down the real musical show tune type thing and really hammed it up. But I think in not doing that, you brought out the song, and it just adds to the weirdness of the overall effect.
And the other thing that I was sort of thinking about whilst doing it was, see, I've always loved Mr. Bad Guy. As you know.
Oh God! I was going to say that I think it does. I think you've made it so it's like it could be the bookend to Mr. Bad Guy, the song. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I was thinking when I started doing it, if only I could get that really clever orchestral work that he's got on the start of that album, which is quite weird, really, when you think about the rest of the album of the "Let's Turn It On." Starts off with this, for me, really lovely orchestration with the real instrumentation, which I really love. So there was a little bit of that going on. I wonder, about fusing those two different things. I don't know. That album is so difficult, isn't it? I think, do we all have problems with that album trying to pick a song?
On Innuendo.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, God.
Yeah. Well, I deliberately picked Ride the Wild Wind because I thought it was like so terrible.
Yeah, and Oh God, we've already done one off Innuendo.
Yeah,
we just got my cover of
absolutely.
Headlong. in the back.
Oh, there you go. Listener exclusive. Headlong is on its way in a future podcast. I'm going slightly mad. I have to admit, never really inspired me. But again, listening to it now in retrospect as the years have gone by, and then hearing your version of it, Jay, which does definitely give it another angle, which I believe Freddie would have liked. It has made me appreciate it a great deal more, particularly reading the lyrics, concentrating on those. Got to hand it to Queen there. It is a quality song.
I mean, that's what we've learned, isn't it? I mean, this is a recurring idea now, isn't it? We take a song that we think, not quite sure about that, and it turns out, did they do a bad song? That's what I'm coming to the conclusion.
Well, we'll find out after the next 200 songs.
Who was in a gorilla suit?
Oh, that's a good one. I don't know. Who was in the gorilla suit?
Bob Geldof.
It's good.
It's not right. Oh,
a big friend of Freddie, or a small friend of Freddie, actually.
Elton John?
Yes.
Elton John, yeah.
Apparently.
No,
It can't
really?
be Elton John in the
It's Elton John. It is.
There is no way that is Elton John.
Well, maybe the listeners know who was officially in the gorilla suit in the video of Queen's I'm Going Slightly Mad. Was it Elton John, Bob Geldof, or Phil Collins?
But it was Freddie's personal assistant, Peter Freestone.
That kind of makes more sense, which is what they want you to think. Don't you see, Matt? This is how they get you. So we've been having a semi-regular feature from now on the podcast, doing our shout-outs to our Queen fans and friends out there. And I thought what might be fun is if we gave this section like an official name, some kind of pun on. But I've been thinking all week and everything for a nice snappy title about, something to do with friends, and somebody trying to get it into a, like, if this was a James Taylor podcast, you might do, and this is our We've Got a Friend section. But I've been thinking, and I don't know, Friends Will Rock You or something. I don't know if we could get just something. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Anyway, so maybe the listeners can write in and get some suggestions for a snappy title for this section, because we got nothing between us. Anyway, so it was nice to hear from Shane McDonald on Shane's Queen page, who said some lovely things about the tracks we've been doing, and he did send us his version of You Take My Breath Away, with him playing piano and JJ Midnight singing. And to be honest, anyone that tackles that song, hats off. Beautiful version. So it's definitely worth digging out that. Other people doing Queen covers as well. Peter Kemp wrote in to us, which was very nice of him to do so. And we had our first suggestion of a cover coming in from Eddie Lazelle, with suggested we do Hangman.
Yeah, Hangman. That is obscure, that one.
I don't think we're going to get anything much more obscure.
I believe that was a Freddie song from his band Wreckage.
Oh, is that right?
Wreckage, as it may be called.
Anyway, thanks for getting in touch, guys, and anyone else that's been in touch and been retweeting us or liking what we're doing. So don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and tell your Queen fan friends. And if you've got a suggestion for this section, then please write in.
So, without any further ado, here is I'm Going Slightly Mad.
When the outside temperature rises and the meaning is also clear, 1001 yellow daffodils begin to dance in front of you. Are they trying to tell you something? You're missing that one final screw. You're simply not in the pink. To be honest, you haven't got a clue. I'm going slightly mad. I'm going slightly mad. It finally happened. It finally happened. It finally happened. I'm slightly mad. of a shipwreck. Not my usual top billing. I'm coming down with the fever. I'm really out to sea. This kettle is boiling over. I think I'm a banana tree. Oh dear. I'm going slightly mad. I'm going slightly mad. It finally happened. It finally happened. It finally happened. I'm slightly mad.